spend a lot of my time kind of focusing on what my views are of where the market's going, what the election's going to do, coronavirus is going to do. But at the end of the day, just know that the portfolio is really guided by the model and not necessarily my fundamental thoughts. So, you know, what we have today, I would refer to as a fairly COVID-friendly portfolio. And I say that in regards to, I believe that some of the trends that have kind of evolved are the most apparent trends in what's coming out of our model, which is a lot of the cloud computing, a lot of the work from home kind of positions. Those are certainly doing the best. Now, we just had that interesting day earlier this week where we saw a market rally lead into a market sell-off, which kind of crushed the COVID-friendly portfolio. And we don't make decisions based on a one-day trend, but you have to kind of look at that and say, well, is there a possibility that Biden presidency combined with COVID vaccine is going to lead to a sell-off of the cloud computing space, of the technology, of the work from home environment, and we're going to pivot back into industrials, areas with better expense ratio like the banks, some of the things that have been kind of improving in our models. Energy is starting to show signs of life. Home builders showing signs of life. So we absolutely go into these conversations in our investment committee meetings with a well-defined thesis on what we're seeing, and when XYZ happens, what effect we believe that's going to have on our portfolio. But we don't make predictive bets. We don't try to catch that what we call our RTM trade, reversion to the mean trade. We don't try to catch an RTM trade and be the first entrance in because you're too frequently catching a falling knife. So I do believe that you have to be watching your tech exposures closely right now. I do believe that there are certain names within the tech world that are perhaps a little bit too hot to be sustainable, especially at this growth rate well into the future. But at the same time, this is nothing like the .com situation. The revenues are very real. These companies are extremely well run, extremely competitive. They are changing the way that we shop, we buy, we live. But I do think that's where your eyes need to be, is watching if there's a trade there that's going to start to transpire, and whether it's more driven by a Democratic president or more driven by a potentially end to the worst part of this global pandemic. I don't know, and I don't know if it really matters, because I think the two almost go hand in hand.